There's a place.
This week, Todd and Gabe are busy finishing our hatches, replacing the broken lens that started this mess, and we're getting around to wiring our battery bank. 18 months ago, we purchased a hurricane-damaged sailboat with the dream of sailing her around the world. We started documenting this adventure each week for all of our family and friends to follow along. Since then, we've been learning, laughing, and working harder than we ever have in our lives to make this dream come true. If you'd like to support these videos and help us splash, come join us on Patreon. Here you can see the buildup Todd created with the high-density foam. Smoothing and shaping it is the next step, and it took a lot of layers and a lot of sanding. I can't wait to see what it looks like when it's painted.
Prepping these with acetone so I can get another layer of fairing compound on.
Todd and Gabe are holding down the fort alone while I took the girls to St. Louis, where a new grandbaby was going to make an appearance, the second in 2 months for a total of 6 grandchildren.
Another coat of fairing compound on them, and we'll be on our way. Gabe's cutting heat shrink tubing. So I got my roll of wire, got my big crimpers, cutters. We got some heat shrink tubing. Slide that up on there. Slide that up on there. Good. So the finished product looks pretty dang good right there. This has the adhesive in it, so you can't really tell, but a little bit of the adhesive bleeds out. Number 1 is finished. Only need 63 more to go. So now I'm going to go see how it fits. And it's good. It's a little long, but that's perfect because I'll be able to flex it just a little bit. The problem with the boat projects, with having too many projects at the same time, is I can't find the screws. And, you know, they're either behind here or underneath that bench, under that bench. I could be behind that plastic over there. I can't find them, and I don't want to tear down all the plastic yet because I'm still sanding on these hatches. I was hoping that they were out in an easy place to find, but I can't find them. This is why it's really hard to work on a boat and live on the boat. We're not living on the boat, but can you imagine living on the boat and having all your stuff piled into places and trying to find all your tools and stuff? It's just really hard. Do you know where they are, Gabe?
Mm-hmm.
The screws for the batteries?
No.
Oh,
What do we need?
keep on looking. Two. So you got 4, put it 5, so we'll half of them are made. 10 of these. Alright, I think this will work. So, how many is that? For the battery bank for the electric motor, I need to have 2 2-aught cables or 1 4-aught cable connecting the batteries together. And I'm really glad I decided to go with the 2 2-aught cables, even though it's actually going to be more expensive. But this is so much easier to work with than a cable that's a lot bigger. So I'm glad that I made that decision. I want to show you the difference between the different kind of lugs that are available to buy. This first one is Anchor brand. It's a heavy duty lug. I actually got this box at a discount at the hardware store. I think I got it for 10 bucks. 10 bucks is a pretty dang good price because usually online these things are about $1.79 a piece. And I got 25 of them in there. The second lug, this is called a power lug. Made by KZ, I think is the brand that makes them. They are a lot bigger, a lot heavier duty, and a lot thicker material than the first lug, which is the Anchor flared. So you can see the difference in thickness between the two, and you can see the difference in length right there between the two. How much more material I'm going to have going inside of the lug. I actually think I'm just going to stick with the power lugs for pretty much everything because they just are so much more solid and nicer and heavier duty and less likely to corrode. They've just been making a really good, nice, finished crimp fitting.
Clean up, everybody, everywhere.
Clean up, everybody, everyone. Hatch is broken right here. So I cut along all of this to remove the packing. What I used for that, if I can find it, is a really cool tool. Ah, there it is. Set this down out of the way. This guy right here, made by Freestyle, but it's super thin and super flexible, and it was really easy to just cut along both edges of the silicone to be able to pull it out. So now I just got to clean up all around the inside, get rid of all that black that I can, and make a new lens for it.
Please excuse the trailer. Apparently this is what bachelor life looks like.
Just going to pull this back a couple inches until we're done. This lens is thicker than the other one. It's 3/8 of an inch thick, and the other one was just under 1/4 inch thick, so that it'll better take weight if somebody accidentally steps on it, because that's how the other one cracked. And I made this out of a piece of polycarbonate using the old lens as a guide. Now I got to tape around this top edge. Denatured alcohol. Bottom is mostly where it's going to be, so I want to make sure I get the bottom clean and the side where the silicone is going to overlap it. Wipe down the frame. Some alcohol. On these frames, this rubber actually snaps over the top of the frame where the lens sits, and the lens actually sits on top of the rubber. So the next part, make sure you're wearing the best clothes you got, because because this stuff is black and gooey. Probably gonna make a heck of a mess, and I am totally unprepared for that. So the first thing I gotta do is squirt it in here. I'll operate a little quickly because we want to get it before it skins over. Grab the lens, make sure my latch holes are on the right side, and drop this in here. And then I want to try to center it the best I can in this opening. So now we're going to try to fill this up. Okay, so now I'm going to just tool it easily or quickly with my finger. Even as I can. Start peeling the tape off here. Away we go. One hatch bedded. Handy wires as I need them. Positive, negative, right here. Screw, actually it looks like a screw, a washer, and a lock washer. So, positive to negative.
A couple of notes on equipment. Notice the knee pads, totally needed if you're getting older like us. And the tiny wrench. It allows us to get in tight spaces and isn't long enough to make contact between the battery terminals.
Okay, so I need one of the next longest ones, right? Like right there probably. A difficult challenge with doing these wires is knowing how to cut them to a length and bend them around corners and whatnot so they will work. So as an example, like these guys right here, in order for this to sit flat, it's going to sit at an angle like that. The same thing when I'm doing these around the corner over here. Like these guys, I kind of screwed them in just to see, and I also bent them because these have to actually go forward to this battery here. In order to make those work, what I decided to try to do was get the spool of wire over here and actually put the wire down in the hole and kind of bend it around and see what it looks like. That's why I'm working with some of this wire right here, to try to see how it'll work. I've been kind of sticking the wire in to try to get an idea of what's the best way to go. So like if I do that, it's not going to bend into that very easily. So I need to do a loop where I come back around at it maybe. Something like that. This one, so if I go a little longer than that, like that, and then what I do is pull this out and lay it on the table and measure it. So if I cut my wire for that one at 37 inches, so this one here, I need one at 37-inch wire to wire. Some of these are measured post to post. Whoops, my autofocus post to post. This one's going to be wire to wire because that is the actual wire length, because if they're bent, I can't tell how long it is. So that should give me all the ones that I need to make still and where they go. So I hope that it works. the way I think it's going to work. You might be wondering, why am I doing this at home on my bed? Because my wife wanted to be close to me today, and she's editing on the kitchen table.
Yes, I like to be around him, and I figured it was colder than heck at the boat, so we might as well get two things done at the same time today. Thank you for watching to the end. It really does help our channel to grow. So does liking and subscribing. Don't forget to leave us a comment using one of the links in the description below, and we'll see you next week.
No one can guess what I can.